So sprint zones are over. I'm 2 for 3. Team is 3 for 3. This ride format is 3 rather than Tuesday Worlds, which is basically a race simulation. This one has multiple discrete attack zones, and we ride really easy between the attack zones so that you can chat, hang out, whatever, regroup, and also so that you can get multiple race finish simulations in, basically. This allows you to sort of like try some stuff, make some mistakes, try again.
I mean, listen, we talking about practice.
This is the first of 3 attack zones. What I did here is just record the attack zones, so it's going to go straight from attack, finish, attack, finish. This one starts at the train tracks, and this one is flat and short. This is basically like a simulation of the last 1.5, 2K of a race. That is my teammate Hunter in front of me in the red. Hunter has said he's going to lead me out here, and I said, cool, I'm going to stick to your wheel. So you can see as Hunter's kind of making his way through the field here. All right, we're over the train tracks. It's on.
Round 1, fight!
You can see, I think that's Scott. I forget who that is at the front standing up, but you can see somebody standing up. Speed's going up, 26, 27, 28. I'm just going to stay on Hunter's wheel right here because I know he's gonna lead me to victory. Hunter is super strong. He's kind of the principal of our team. I'm sticking to him. This one is very flat and very short, this attack zone. So this is kind of like a crit finish, and imagine we've just come out of the last corner. Blast off. Hunter is full gas right here. And you can see, just like when William attacked in the last one, the lower and faster Hunter gets, the lower and closer I get to him. Because there's going to be no accordion effect here. Like when I'm leaving that gap, like I was in the previous video, it's because there are a lot of people, and if one of them breaks, then that's going to stack up breaks. When you just got one guy in front of you, you can get right up on that wheel. Hunter is killing it right here. He peels off. Perfect distance. So this train trestle up here on the right, that's the finish. Looking back, nobody's there. That concrete train trestle was the finish. Sprint zone number 1 in the bag. I believe I take one more look back to see everybody there. And on the new bike. The new bike is going great. Here I am with Thor and Zach. This light is the beginning of attack zone 2. So we've been riding real easy. You can see my heart rate's down at 157. I think it's probably down lower than that. This is the beginning of the attack zone. We're kind of talking, and Zach realizes, I got to get this going, or like I said in the other video, someone's going to come from the back if you're not paying attention. So Zach goes to the front, gets us up to speed.
Round 2, fight.
On this little 3%, this attack zone is much longer. This one is like a little uphill drag, downhill, and then it flattens off right before the sprint finish. So before this one, I had pulled up next to, I think I tell Zach right here. I think I tell him I'm going to try to open it up early, because the worst thing that can happen in one of these finishes, especially when I know we have strong guys here, so I don't want them to get caught boxed in. So if I sacrifice myself early to string it out single file, they're going to have room to move laterally and not get caught in a box. So this one, the reason I'm doing that, I'm sacrificing myself on this one, is this uphill is great for me. The downhill is terrible for me, and it's downhill into the sprint. So you're starting your sprint from over 30 miles an hour. And I have a big acceleration, but I don't have a huge top speed. So a sprint like this where you're already at such a high speed and it's such a long drag to the line at that high speed, this is not for me. This is definitely more of a Hunter sprint. So that's my plan here, is to open it up for Hunter. There's a few more people on this ride. They're kind of dangling off the back of this group. This group is rotating. So that's what I told Zach right there, was like, hey, we're rotating through. Unrelated rider right here, just a guy out for a ride. Sorry, we just blew your doors off, but We're already committed. Yeah, so you can see I was doing 500 watts in the draft there to get myself over this hill. This is the top, then we're going back down. This sprint zone, this attack zone is like 5 minutes long probably from the beginning to the end, so significantly longer than the previous one. I'm hitting the front, we're hitting the downhill, -3% here, and it's pretty much -3 from here until like 150 meters to the line. So being as light as I am and not a huge raw power guy, this zone is kind of survival for me. I just got to make sure I'm riding efficient. I tell Zach right here, stick this. Everyone behind is letting that gap go. So Zach needs to know he's got to move over right and get in that slipstream. If he had waited 1 or 2 more seconds, the gap to the guy in front of him would have gotten even bigger. No one from behind was going to keep that rotation going and close it. And when we're going this fast, 36 miles an hour, you gotta respond to those things very quickly. Like the speed of everything happens more quickly. So you got to do everything more quickly. And here I am stuck on the front. We're on the downhill, and in my mind, I think this is it. I just got to get stuck in and just roll it. So my mental goal here is to hold 500 or better as long as I can. I don't think I realized I was over 600 for a second at the beginning of this pull. This is all in for me. This is monster pull, 540 watts. My best 1 minute power is 550. So I was just doing as much as I possibly could for as long as I possibly could there. Pulled off when I thought I was stuffing it up. Thor goes a little early. Watch Hunter in the red there. Hunter's doing a perfect job of just marking everyone who's going too early. We're on the flat here, and the finish is just around this left-hand corner. I should have stayed on the front until right here. So the bridge that is just on the left is the end, and Hunter got it. But we got one more sprint zone, and it's sort of the opposite of this one.
Round 3, fight!
Sprint zone number 3. It's about 5 minutes again, something like that total. But this one sort of has a little downhill into a little uphill. Thanks, Sarn. So is the consensus here, helmet cam looks better than the bars cam? Last one I did was bars. I feel like the helmet does give a little more context. So this one, once again, it's about 5 minutes total that we're like on the gas here. Between the last one and this one, we've just been chilling. This one is downhill first and then slight uphill, and the sprint is actually on the slight uphill. So this one is right in my wheelhouse. And I will say, not to give a spoiler, but this actually gets raced probably 2 or 3, 4 group rides a week. This sprint is kind of a known sprint. This is one we always sprint for. And this that you're watching was the number 3 time on it. So not quite this bit, but the final kick to the line. This was a Strava, not quite I was 1 second off the KOM, which has me thinking, I wish I could have found a second somewhere. This one is perfect for me though, and Hunter has said he's gonna line it up for me and Zach. So we're rotating the double pace line. I'm trying to not let myself get too far back. Just make sure I'm in a place where I can respond, but I'm not doing too much too early, because we're on this little downhill drag going 32. So the difference here between being 3-4 wheels back and being in the wind is often the difference between 0 watts and 500 watts. Charlie's taking his pull. So really here, like, you're trying to think about taking your pulls, like how long do I want to take my pull? Do I want to skip when I'm at the back to sort of change the rotation up? Trying to think how long it is. Hunter is right here with me, which is perfect. He's staying with me. Now he's in front of me, and we're locked together. Hunter is going to guide me in. Once again, standing up at the front, just hammering. A lot of shift jerseys in the group. This is a ride that's sort of led by shift. Not quite as big of a turnout for this one as there is for Tuesday Worlds, but this one is all killer, no filler. So Hunter right here says, hey, let me in. Switch and let Hunter in. That's a crucial move. Letting your teammates into the rotation both lets me not rotate through, like gives me one more person that I don't have to rotate through, and keeps Hunter from having to go to the way back, and then that's where you can get caught up. Because there are going to be some people at the very back of this train that are not pulling through. They're not pulling into this right lane and pulling forward. That's where things get messy. So we're just trying not to get caught out here. I believe we've got a little ways to go still. Yeah, we're on the flat. We're not even really on the uphill yet. So we don't want to commit to breaking this group apart yet. Now we're on the 2%, starting to get uphill. But that still means we got a couple of minutes to go before we get to the finish. Zach comes through here. Zach on the right. Just rotating this double pace line. This is where everybody's kind of pinned. So the double pace line stays pretty intact because no one can attack if they want to. We're going so fast. We're going uphill. Everybody's just kind of stuck. But if it does slow down or somebody shows some weakness or somebody... So great move by Hunter here. He finds this sort of middle lane right as things are speeding up. Right as that double pace line starts to break down. And when I see Hunter find a lane, Hunter taps Zach right here and says, get on. I let this gap go. Zach comes in. That's the subtlety of like the teamwork going on here. And then Hunter's got a clear shot. He goes all in. Zach is right on his wheel. This is all in. This is a perfect lead out, I gotta say. Looking back, we got a little gap. Thor is like 2 or 3 bike lengths back, but he's all in to be on the wheel. Perfect peel off from Hunter there. Perfect peel off from Zach. I go all in, and then the telephone pole between the 2 driveways is the finish of this one. And boom, that telephone pole. Looking for my camera button. But yeah, thanks everybody. See y'all later.